Hi, this is Jeremy here at the Ark Encounter. We are here with Johnny at the Ararat Ridge Zoo. So we're looking at some of the animals, specifically the ostriches and emus today, and perhaps some others as well. But Johnny, you're the animal presenter here at the zoo. So, and I know you do a little bit of the zookeeping as well, helping out with that. So, can you just tell us what you do here at the zoo?
Yeah, currently I help come in the mornings, clean and feed, make sure all the animals are taken care of if there's any health issues. Like this morning, one of the ostriches is having allergy issues with her eyes, so we're actually putting lube in there, or medicated, and so I help with that. That's always fun to do that.
Oh yeah,
And
taking
then,
care of the animals.
yeah, it's fun to do it. And then eventually, we'll have animal presentations we'll do at the theaters we have here, as well as inside the Ark. And we'll do displays where we're standing around with animals and interact, do pictures and things
Sure.
like that.
So it sounds like you're not only going to be kind of taking animals around and, do you take animals at the front of the ark and stuff?
Yeah, in fact, we're getting ready to do that. Currently, the zookeepers, while we're getting started, are taking up the llamas and the alpacas, and the folks will have an opportunity to get their picture taken as well as learn a lot about them.
Cool. So, and that's happening today then.
Yeah, we're getting ready to do that right now, matter of
Awesome.
fact.
And then you're eventually going to have a theater, you're going to present and shows and all that too.
Yeah, we'll talk a lot about the kinds and what Noah had on the ark and what we got from what
Sure.
Noah had from the ark, the different species and things like that.
Yeah. So there are different phases here at the Ark, and when it comes to the zoo and everything, they're planning a walled city, and they're going to have various aspects with the zoo in future phases as well. So it's kind of cool to talk about that.
Yeah, it
for
really
sure.
is. Absolutely. And now we're going to expand the zoo a little bit and hopefully eventually get giraffes and things like that.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Cool. So let's take a look at these ostriches here. Can you give us some various facts that our visitors through our live stream might be interested in?
Well, we have three of them. We named them after valleys because our emus are named after mountains. So I'm not sure of the valleys we named them after, to be honest with you. But they're 6 months old. They'll get a lot bigger, as you see. What's really unique about them is from what we call the kneecap down, that's actually considered their foot. So when they're laying down, when they're sitting on that foot, they're actually flat-footed. So they're walking on their toes, as you see then. Lifespan's about 40 plus years. I think on record, the oldest one's 72 years old.
Sure.
And I believe that was in captivity.
I notice when I woke up to them, outside the pen, they'll come right up to you and they'll start pecking at the fence and
Very curious.
Yeah, they seem very interactive.
Yeah, they are, and people love them. And same thing with the emus. We've had kids run up and down the fence, and the emus will run with them. And these guys are still curious too. So when visitors come, they'll go right up to the guest and kind of interact. And people are not sure what they're biting at. They like to peck. Sometimes it looks like they're just pecking at nothing.
Yeah.
So
And I noticed the zebra that is right behind them there. So this used to be the zebra enclosure, right?
Right.
Isn't that right?
Yep. And eventually we're gonna have them together. We're gonna do a introduction where the emus will be in with the zebras. So when people come, they'll see African animals together. And then and what's really nice too is just around the corner of the emu, so people can see the different kinds. And if you look at the foot on the ostrich, they only have 2 toes, and then you'll see in a little bit that the
Sure.
emus have 3 toes.
That's cool. So, is there any other African animals around here that we're planning on eventually acquiring that you know of, or are we going to have the zebras and ostriches? Is that the plan for now?
For now, yes. I think in a couple years, like I said earlier, we're hoping for giraffes, and then maybe down the road we'll get some African wild dogs and things like that.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I know Matt DeVoe, our director, really wants to get a canine kind, and African wild dogs are beautiful and they're unique with the big ears
Sure.
and the coloration. So
Yeah, that's what's cool around here is you can come to this zoo and see the different animals in a different kind of environment. Then at the Cincinnati Zoo, they actually have the African painted wild dogs, and it's cool.
They do.
I think the Cincinnati Zoo is a very good complement to the Ark Encounter Zoo. So
Oh,
for people
absolutely.
that are coming vacationing here, there's lots to do around here.
Oh, yeah.
And you see the different animals at the zoo, and even here, I think they have some different things that they don't even have at the Cincinnati Zoo. So
Yeah, and then not to mention you have the Newport Aquarium too.
yeah,
And which kind of really balances out since when you don't have aquatic animals here. So
sure, yeah. So you can see a lot in the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area. It's
yep,
kind of cool.
absolutely.
Well, let's go see the emus.
All right.
Now, do you know any of the differences between the ostriches and the emus? I mean, how are they related? And
Well, they're all in the rat-type kind,
uh-huh.
and there's a lot of similarities. There's three that I can think of offhand. So you have the ostriches, which are the largest of the rat type.
Sure.
And then you got emus, and then you have rheas, which are from South America.
Uh-huh.
And they're almost half the size as emus. You see these guys are more curious. The main difference, like I was telling you, the ostriches have 2 toes. These guys have 3. And they same thing with the foot when they're laying down. We may see a couple of them sitting down here, and we'll be able to demonstrate that's the whole foot or show that. But as far as what they eat, and they'll eat insects and vegetation, stuff like that, and in the wild. So they're small lizards, stuff like that. So there's a lot of similarities in that as well.
So, and while the ostriches are from Africa, these are from
Australia. Yep.
Australia. Yeah. Yep.
Which you're very familiar with Australian animals.
Very familiar. I mean, I happen to like Australia very much. Perhaps maybe as I'm born there, maybe not. I don't know.
But yeah, so there's a lot of size-wise. The ostriches could get up to close to 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
These guys won't get that big. They'll get around 70 tops probably. They're all fast. Obviously, they're non-flighted birds, and very, very beautiful animals. The coloration on these guys, their heads get blue, and we have 3 females and a male here. And then ostriches, if we had a male ostrich, they could get real aggressive. So we'll probably never have a male ostrich.
Yeah. So they can have different temperaments then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
And if you want, we could walk in a little further and see if we could.
Sure. Let's see some of the others.
Yeah.
And if you guys have any questions here today, here in the live stream, feel free to ask, and we'll answer them as they come in, as we can. We're here at the Ark Encounter Zoo, called the Ararat Rid Zoo, and we're here with the emus here. We saw the ostriches earlier, and if you weren't here for that, you can go back and rewatch this live stream once we're done. It will be available on the Ark Encounter page. Yeah, when I'm outside this fence as well, kind of similar to the ostriches, perhaps even more. I'll notice they'll come right up to you.
Yeah, you were telling me earlier when you've been in here before they like your blue shoes, and that doesn't surprise me. They've actually been known to untie shoes. And I'll back off a little bit. It looks like he might be checking me out.
Yeah, they seem inquisitive, but they're keeping their distance right now.
And they enjoy being around when it's warmer, obviously. Sprinklers and water.
Mm-hmm.
And ostriches seem to like it as well. It's different than you would expect.
Sure.
I think they would run from it.
Sounds like a good enrichment activity then for them.
It is. It is. We'll put the sprinkler in here, the one that goes back and forth, and they'll kind of run through it.
Sure.
She's thinking about coming over to see us. Come over.
Oh, they're cool animals, and they seem to be able to run pretty fast too.
Yeah.
I've seen them, even in the ostriches, kind of go around pretty fast in their enclosures.
Well, it's amazing. And I'm not exactly sure on speed. I would guess around 30 miles an hour in the wild. Probably short distance, get
Sure.
away from predators. They're chasing each other.
Seems like they have fun, that's for sure.
Yeah. And that's what the kids love. They'll actually follow the kids up and down the fence, which is really neat. And I think eventually we would like to. We were talking about the zebras and ostriches, putting them together. I believe we're going to try to put the kangaroos in with the emus eventually as well.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and that.
I mean, it makes sense. They're both Australian anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So kind of split it up by continents.
Yep.
There's one that likes.
Inquisitive.
Yep, there it goes with the
Oh,
kangaroos.
we wondered if they'd get closer. I'll try not to scare them. There it goes. Likes blue shoes. We did a live stream previously, I don't know, a number of weeks ago or whatever, and we came in here and I had no idea, and then they all of a sudden started picking on my shoes, and that was rather interesting. It doesn't hurt. It just feels like more like just a peck. It's
Really
funny.
I've been around elephants before, and elephants will actually suck the hot air, and your foot will get cold. They'll suck it right out of your
Oh,
shoe.
really?
Yeah, it's really neat for them. So
That's cool.
It's something you wouldn't expect.
Sure. Again, if any of you have any questions, we'll answer them here today. So what are some of the other animals that we have here?
So we have the yaks, Tibetan yaks. We have 4 of them with 2 females and 2 males.
So I have to ask you, could you yak about the yaks all day long?
Well, yeah, and some of our keepers love to yak about the yaks. And it's one of the unique animals as far as talking about the bovine kind. And they're related to bison and cows and things like that too.
Sure.
So yak about the yaks. I like that, Jeremy.
I have to say, admit anyway, I've used that joke before on the live streams. It never gets old.
No. You could go back to that one every once in a while.
Sure. And then we have a petting zoo, right?
Yep, we have different type of goats, and see, a lot of people when we first opened thought the whole thing was a petting zoo, and that's one of the reasons why we want to do the program animals and do it more interactive. But yeah, we have we had a couple baby goats, and then the other goats are used to. Eventually we'll have sheep, and they're talking about maybe even getting pigs down the road too.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I feel like my feet are getting a massage. I just need to come here every week to help them with my feet.
Yeah. You can see how comfortable she is.
Sure.
They're still wild animals. You saw the other 3 kind of run around and peck, and this one's more inquisitive with people and seems to like people a little bit more.
Well, let's go just get a quick sneak peek of some of the other animals here at the zoo, and we'll answer people's questions as we go. And looks like we have a question. What do they eat?
They eat, well, we feed them a special bird rat type diet that they get, and they actually get a little bit of dog food. The ostriches came and they got like a alfalfa based food, but they get a special rat type food as well, cracked corn, things like that. But in the wild they would eat like lizards and seeds, grasses, things like that.
Yeah. When is the best times to come see the zoo? You know, what time of day? I noticed like with the kangaroos, it seems to be earlier in the morning before it gets hot, but I know that might change now that the area is getting a little cooler and getting into fall and stuff.
Well, we close at dusk. The camel ride stops at 7 o'clock, and the kangaroos are real active between 6 and 7. So that's really unique too, because people get to see them hop around, and that's, during the summer they lay down a lot, but as soon as that sun starts going down, they start getting real active. And same thing with the morning.
Definitely. Let's take a look at these zebras here, coming right up.
Yep, that's Zilla there. Or no, that's I was asking Matt or Timothy is with me. This is Zipporah and Zilla are their names. We wanted Z names, and I believe that's Zilla there. She's the friendly. Yeah, she is. She's a friendlier one of the
yeah,
two.
I heard that one of them was more not hand raised, but more raised differently. So
yeah, she's had more animal contact, and Timothy's shown her affection. And we got to watch them, because one of the things they do is they greet people or greet each other is by mouthing.
Sure.
And that could turn into biting, obviously. And to them, that's not, they're not trying to hurt you. They're just trying to say hello.
Cool.
And that was leftover food that we fed them earlier. So, and that's a special diet too. It's a pellet form, but they eat a lot of hay too.
Sure.
And we'll give them hay, a few flakes in the morning, a few flakes in the evening as well. Change your water.
Definitely. Well, let's take a quick look at the petting zoo here, maybe the yaks, and
All right.
then we'll call it a day and
Sounds good.
encourage you people to find out more information on ArkEncounter.com. Just various aspects, whether it be the zoo or the dining or about the Ark. All right, so here on the left we have the petting zoo and goats of all different sizes. And then if you walk up here, you will see the yaks. Are the yaks, when they come out, are they closer? Are they more active in the morning or?
Yeah, they're active. We feed them in the morning and then in the evening too, because we'll let them out in the pasture. This time of year in the winter time is actually what yaks are built for. They'll get a real thick coat. It's pretty common that they have births in the winter time in February.
Sure.
And so they're unique in that sense as well.
All right, we'll get a quick look here as long as our battery holds out. I thank you all for joining us today.
See them laying down, sunning themselves.
All right, so yeah, you can see up here the yaks are taking it easy. One of them is eating the hay. So they're part of the bovine kind, is that right?
Yep, bovine kind. So you're talking bison, cattle, wildebeest, animals like that.
Sure.
So
That's cool. Just another representative of the kind that would have been on the Ark. So that's cool. Well, thank you for your time here, Johnny. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate it.
Definitely. And then, again, if you want to go to ArkEncounter.com if you have any questions. And we'll close it here out today.
And we have Death Day coming up on the 16th.
Oh,
too.
yeah. If you're here in the area, we have Death Day here on the 16th on Sunday. So I encourage you to come out for that and tell your friends who might be interested in that. So thanks again.